Welcome to Real Dad Bro Talk, where all the guys come to hang out. 100% real talk with Matt and company. Here we go.
All right.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
Welcome to another epic episode of RDBT. You got Matt and Nick in the house again. What's going on, man? Another week gone by in the world of Mr. Hill. So what's going on, man?
Another week gone by and another beautiful week in old Columbus, Ohio. We finally got that good weather we've all been waiting for.
It's been good weather. Can't complain about that, man. Not at all.
Nothing feels better than leaving your damn windows open all day. No heat on, no AC on.
That's true.
Let the good times roll.
That's true. This is the summer, man. This is when people are in good moods. The sun is shining, birds chirping, and everyone wants to be outside, man. Around lakes and all kinds of stuff. That's my spot. I like going to the Buckeye Lake, man. I like going there with the wifey and stuff. And if I had a choice at this time of the year, that's what I'm picking for sure. Where are you going? Are you sticking?
I think anywhere with a campfire. Just get outside, get a nice campfire going, a little breeze, a couple brewskis, the wife, daughter, a couple buddies. Can't get no better than that.
I get it. I dig it, man. Well, we got a good episode today, I feel like. We are going to do a not brought to you by again. Isn't it kind of crazy how we can figure out a not brought to you by every single week? Is that just, I mean, I can get multiple. Like, it's just crazy throughout the week, like how many I can do. But anyways, and then we're going to talk about the grossest thing you've either seen, witnessed, or done yourself. And then here's a legitimate topic, I think, because you're going to say one thing, I'm kind of torn, but I think it's going to be a good topic, and I think it's going to be funny. But Bigfoot, is he real or not, and what's your stance on Bigfoot? And then honestly, too, I know we're going to talk about it last, but I feel with LeBron James and then the NBA playoffs that we may be witnessing history by seeing the best player in basketball play right now, and we get to see it and witness it. So I want to talk about that a little bit too. So you don't have a not brought to you by, do you?
Buddy, I don't think I have one this week.
You don't? Okay.
I don't think I do. So I'm deferring to you on this one.
Pass the torch to me, okay?
I am passing the torch this week.
So, not brought to you by. So last week I talked about AT&T, how Best Buy, talked about USPS, the whole thing with the phones, right? It didn't get any better, by the way, on that. They're making me take the labels, and I had to fax them the labels that I took pictures of as proof that I sent them in. When's the last time do you have a fax machine in your house?
I couldn't even tell you where a fax machine
How the hell, like, where is that even, do houses still have, like, places to plug in phones for a phone line?
Do the, I don't even know where to do it, buddy.
So your new house you're building, are you putting a phone jack in? Yeah, they don't do that. No, I had to go to a Staples and had to do all kinds of goofy shit to even get that done. So that's still not resolved. So F you, AT&T. Now you're really pissing me off. But anyways, I had to go to Best Buy because for work, I needed to get a PA system, right? So I get this guy convinces me and tells me that they're the experts, especially when it comes to this stuff. You go to a tech center, tech place, and you tell them what you're looking for, and you would expect them to kind of understand your needs and point you in the right direction, right? So this guy tells me, man, this is what you need. This PA system's going to work, and it's going to be great, and blah, blah, blah. Great, perfect. I get it because I got to do a training, like I said, with let's say 150 people are going to be listening to me, so they got to have the system. So I hook it up yesterday, and I put my mic in it, and there's 4 settings. There's like a Bluetooth setting, a radio, a USB setting, and then like your mic, right? So I have the mic, hook it all up, and I start talking into it, and could you imagine almost being in like a tunnel, and it's just like a complete echo no matter what you do, like a hey, what, like the entire thing. There was not one thing that you could possibly do to this thing to make that echo go away, because it's also Bluetooth speakers, so it got all these great reviews, but only because people are playing music through it, not using it for the way that I needed it, was for the microphone. So I actually had to go in there, do that entire thing and tried, and I wasted 35, 40 minutes of my life last night, and so did my wife, reviewing these things, looking in the owner's manual, which they don't provide. You to go online and get that, by the way, and figure out, like, is there some, I mean, there's only 4 buttons. What the hell am I doing wrong? To figure out that thing just is not going to work whatsoever, to where I had to go back to another Best Buy today and just say, hey, here's the thing, man. Here's what I need. Oh, yeah, you need this, bro. Walk up, and there's a complete system, a perfect thing that is legitimately half the price. That is exactly what I needed. So how does one place know it, and then this Best Buy has no effing clue what the hell I'm talking about? I think the training, lack of training. Would you agree? Because they have everyone working in every damn section of where it is anyways.
Here's the question: have you tried
What?
the new thing yet?
I did. I plugged it. Funny story is because I'm here. I'm in Michigan again, right? So I'm in Michigan doing some training tomorrow. I have my book bag on my back. I got my bag for my clothes, and I'm carrying this big box on my shoulder of this, if you want to call it, it's called a tailgater flash, right? So I'm carrying this thing, walking to the hotel, and the first thing the guy says, "What the hell is that thing?" And I'm like, "Bro, man, I'm just charging it. I just need to charge it. I'm not going to be in here like karaokeing and jamming out, and there's no parties, I promise you. I'm literally just charging it." And so I had to explain to him that had to guarantee that he won't have any ruckus from me. And while we're at it too, man, shout out to freaking Hampton Inn. I got the guest of the day today. So I got some cool, like, Swedish fish and a bag of popcorn and a couple bottles of water. It's kind of neat. Never had that
You gonna
before.
put that on your resume?
Why not? Does he think that would help me?
I think it would.
Hey, if you really think it would help.
2018 guest of the day, Hampton Inn.
Hampton Inn, Detroit, Southgate. That's what it says.
That might be like
And they printed it
President
off.
of the United States status.
They printed it off, and then they folded it into a nice little, like, you know, like square, like a little card. So it's kind of cool looking there. But anyway, so that's a not brought to you by the Best Buy part. The other one is I got to drive this 22-foot Mercedes Sprinter van all over God's creation, and it's massive. And a couple things with this is it's not brought to you by Mercedes, because I don't think anybody actually drove that thing once they built it in the wind. There's no way, because I almost died like 27 times on Friday driving from Michigan back home because it was so windy, and it has this little sensor that kicks on. I don't even know what the sensor does or what it means, besides that your life just got saved, and it happened 27 times on the way home. Because legitimately I was going 60 miles per hour, and like this wind gust was still almost knocking me off the road everywhere I was going. And then they also have to have this thing called diesel engine fluid that you have to put in. And I understand I'm not exactly what you consider to be a average height person, or tall, pretty tiny, on the smaller side, right? Smaller scale, whatever. And you got to go and you have to put this fluid in the engine, in the front of the car, or the front of the van there. And every single damn time that I have ever put that shit in there, the way that they make the box, it's a piece of shit, like little, I don't know, like a little tube that comes out that legitimately is flimsy as hell, and it falls out all the time. So the wife told me today, like, what the hell did you do in the driveway? Like, the damn thing spilled all over me, and it spilled everywhere, and it spilled all over my damn van, all over my shirt, turned it all white and looked crusty, and I got shit everywhere. So to the people who designed the box as well, you guys suck. You need to think of a better way that people can put in there, because I got a little bit of pride, and I really don't feel like taking out my my step ladder in the van and dumping it out that way. I mean, like, I really don't feel like doing that. I may have to do that, because I may not have any other, options. So maybe like guys like you, a little taller, maybe it's just a short guys like me then. But multiple not brought to you by today. Best Buy, you suck. AT&T, you suck. Mercedes Sprinter van design people, you never tested it out. And the diesel engine fluid people, you guys are idiots too. So 4 not brought to you by today from me alone. And guess what? Next week you'll probably have 4, because all kinds of stuff happened to us. It's just the way it is. You agree?
At least, if nothing else, you're driving a Mercedes, bud. You might be dying trying to drive it, but it's a Mercedes.
Yeah, it doesn't drive like a gem though. It's not exactly a comfortable ride. Anyways, so you've probably done a lot of gross stuff in your life. You've probably seen
probably
it.
A few things. Yeah, I've probably seen more than I've done.
If you could narrow it down, though, what are you going to pick? What is the grossest thing you've either witnessed or done ever?
So I think probably the grossest thing out of all those categories is probably something I've witnessed.
Okay.
And
dude, you know what? Time out. I'm literally here's the thing, is I'm taking video off of this podcast thing. You're an idiot. Again, do your little. Hey, if anybody was listening last week too, bud. You're an idiot. So if you listened last week, right?
I wanted to show your award.
I can show my own award. I don't need you to screenshot it, you idiot. What is that? You can't even tell what it is. Anyways, do your little. If anybody listened last week, in the beginning of the podcast, that wasn't a soundbite, by the way. That was you. What was that? What was that sound? Do it for me. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think that was about it.
Is that the grossest thing you've ever done? Is that it?
Well, performers with their weird little vocal ranges and weird. That's what I do, bud.
All right, I'll give it.
Got to get ready for the performance.
All right. Well, I interrupted you because you're an idiot, and I had to tell you that. So, go ahead back to the grossest story.
Crudely, but so back to grossest thing. I would say the grossest thing that I've ever seen, witnessed, or done is probably something I've witnessed. My day job as a correctional officer, you see all kinds of goofy things. I think probably the grossest thing I've witnessed is a grown adult taking a shit, playing in the shit.
What?
Writing their name on the wall with the shit.
Ew.
Drawing pictures with the shit. And smiling the whole time. That would probably. I don't think I can top that.
What?
It's
Did
one
you
of
have
those
to clean
where,
it up?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those where I take toilet paper, shove them up my nose just to kind of help the smell, and do everything I can not to just projectile vomit everywhere.
Is this person just angry?
Just angry.
It's an angry person.
Angry individual.
Let me ask you this question: what were the pictures of? What was the picture? Was it like happy trees or something?
One was a pony.
That's good.
I think one was kind of like a sunset, but it was kind of hard to tell exactly what it was.
Well, that's kind of pretty.
Towards the end, she was kind of running out of ink, so it was kind of incomplete picture. But
man, that sounds.
I think grossest things witnessed, seen, or done.
That's pretty.
I don't think I've personally ever done anything that can beat that.
You know what? I don't think either one of us could say that because that's pretty disgusting.
I would hope not. We may have to reevaluate our friendship here if you've done something worse than that.
No, I'm not saying me, but like, what? I've never seen anything like that either. I don't know how to. How do you? Yeah, you don't top that one. I mean, you're gonna win that one. But if I had to say, one of the grossest things I've probably ever seen, honestly, was those beans, right? Like the beans that don't taste. Like you have what are they called? Like bean boozled or something like that, right? Where you have like the normal flavors, and then you have one could be coconut, and one could be spoiled milk. One could be peach, and one could be vomit. Like those types of beans. So we had those over at my house, and my wife was over. We had the family over with her family, and it was literally a game where we were playing that, and there was a cup that would be presented to people. Everyone had a cup. So, like, if you ended up, like, getting a nasty one, you had to chew a little bit, and then you could spit it out in the cups, too, and have to swallow it, because it's just gross, right? So, at the end of it, everyone has accumulated some pretty disgusting beans in these cups, right? And my wife's dad had said, I will give anybody, I think it was like either like $20 or $50, I can't remember, to take this cup and just down it. Just like down the hatch, chew it, and be done with it. So, as he's saying this, my wife is like, I'll do it. And I was like, wait, what? What? Like, what? No. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. No. It's only $20. Don't do it. She's like,
I will
I'll
give you
do it.
$20 not
She's
to
like,
do it.
She's like, I'll do it. I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Anyways, she takes her sister's cup, who probably has every single gross-ass flavor in there, and down the hatch. So not only is it now you're talking like, because like, you don't just like, and like that. You're like, like you're spitting it out. Like spit is coming out of people's mouths. So like when you do it, and they're like you could see the string of spit come from her mouth to the cup, and I was like, like I literally had to leave the room. I couldn't watch it because I literally was, because I know how nasty it is, but I can only imagine if you took all of those nasty flavors and put them together with somebody else's saliva, and it's in your mouth and you're chewing it. I couldn't even. And I mean, she did it. So kudos to you, babe. You did it. It was gross as hell, though.
Well,
I know
is that really a kudos?
For doing it? I mean, I give you kudos, though. I couldn't do it. I'm throwing up everywhere. Are you gonna be? Would you be able to keep it down? I wouldn't be able to keep it down. I know she went into the bathroom like dry heat and stuff, but no, like I would put it in my mouth for 2 seconds, and everybody better back the hell up because I am chucking everywhere. That's just all.
Kiss her right after that?
You're ridiculous. No way. I mean, she got to brush her teeth. No, but that was probably one of the worst things I've seen. As far as that goes, like gross, because that's just like, I know those flavors are not. I mean, have you had those flavors at all? Like the flavors by themselves alone. You have? What's the grossest one?
Luckily, every time I've played, I've gotten pretty lucky that I haven't gotten too bad. I think I want to say one was like rotten egg. That one was.
That's pretty bad.
I got about one chew in, and that thing went flying out of my mouth. But.
That's pretty bad. Isn't it weird though? Like how your mind, like you're eating a jelly bean. You know what I mean? Like you're legitimately eating a jelly bean, and it's not like you're eating a rotten egg, but like your gag reflexes and you're are telling you to get that out of there, and you're gonna throw.
They are in full effect.
Yeah. Have you tried the dead fish one?
No, I do not want to.
Challenge. Oh, there's a challenge for you. I'm going to have all the nasty jelly beans in there, and you have to eat them all at the same time and chew them all up.
Why? Hold on here a second.
No.
Why is this I?
Because you haven't had all the you just told me you haven't had that many. You got lucky, so guess what? Today's your lucky day, man. And we'll say you have to chew them for at least a minute.
There, you can't chew. How can you chew a jelly bean for a minute?
Because it's gonna be like 10 of them, dude. That's what I mean. It's gonna be every nasty.
There'll be nothing left
every
after
nasty
30
one.
seconds.
Huh?
There'll be nothing left after 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. Done. You just decided it. 30 seconds, all the disgusting beans.
Coach.
You get to do it. YouTube. Done. Next one. That's going to be for you, buddy. I'll record it. I'll host that one. That'll be an easy one.
Might want to get one of those like splatter zones, like when a kid's eating your kid's first birthday.
Yeah.
And they're smashing their face, and you get one of those nets all the way around their high chair because you know they're just going to make a mess. We might want to buy a couple of those nets to go around.
Why don't you do a Facebook Live with that? Or Instagram Live or something.
Possible.
Do it.
Go challenge.
No. That's my idea. There's no co-challenge when it's my idea. You have to think of your own ideas.
Copy. Challenge accepted. I will think of my own ideas for your challenge.
False. Anyways. We'll do that. We'll have that to you guys within the next week. I'll go buy the beans. And you can do that. So, there's the first challenge. Good. I'm glad we settled that one at least. At least we're on a progress with the challenges. So man, I've seen multiple TV shows. I've seen multiple videos. All kinds of stuff. You see it all over the place. Bigfoot. Real? Or all in our heads? And we're just making it look like he's real.
First of all,
yeah,
I can't even believe this is a topic.
It is a topic because it's
Real
serious.
Dad Bro Talk. That's how I feel about this one. But
It's a good topic.
But I 100%. If we're really talking about this, there is no damn Bigfoot. There is every video you see out there.
Yeah.
Everything grainy. Everything's at night. Whatever is at day, you can't see anything.
That's not true.
There is
what about the Patterson
there's
video?
People dressed up in costumes running around, or it's a damn monkey running around.
A monkey.
There's
monkeys in Idaho.
I challenge you to change my opinion on that.
Watch some videos. Watch the Patterson video. That was done before you could even do anything like that. And they go and show you all the data of how, like, the bones and the joints and the way everything is moving on that animal, that it is non-human. And it's not monkey. Yeah, you just saw the video. I just showed you a video today. If anybody's...
So talk about the video you posted today on the Twitter web.
Well, it's on Twitter. At around the 25-second mark, if you look down towards the... What would you say, like the left middle-ish, I guess, in the smaller area of brush? If you zoom in on it, you can see something running from there to the larger forest area and then just disappears. And the video goes on for another like minute or so because this dude that's taking this drone doesn't know he just caught something running across the field. He's just trying to take videos of just a drone, like pretty scenes in Idaho. But you can't explain it. Can you? Or are you just going to sit here and say that there's a random person in the forest of Idaho and he's running because he hears the sound of a drone?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I'm saying planned.
What about all like the footprints and stuff? And all the sightings and all that jazz? You saying everyone's just full of it?
I'm saying they maybe had a few too many brewskis. And went hunting for something they were hoping to see. And saw just a random guy running through there. Saw a gorilla.
A gorilla. Now you're talking stupid. Because they're gorillas. Gorillas do not look like Bigfoots.
Bigfoot is one thing, but now if we were talking like ghosts, I would say I believe in that, but Bigfoot, I got nothing for Bigfoot.
So you believe in ghosts?
I 100% do believe in ghosts. We had one night I worked along for a while, third shift. So everyone's asleep, besides people working, and we had a TV across 6 feet from us that had no remote, had no way to turn this thing on other than hitting the button. So we're sitting there one night, everyone's asleep, this TV just turns on. All right, maybe the button was stuck. Maybe something goofy happened. Guy I was working with starts walking towards the TV. He turns off. All right, that's a little weird, but I'll go with it. Sits back down. About 5 minutes later, TV turns back on. Stand there looking around, seeing if someone's fucking with us. Ain't nobody around besides me and my coworker. Starts walking towards the TV again. TV shuts off again. Sits back down. About 15 minutes later, damn thing turns back on. Changes channels. Turns off. I have absolutely no way to explain that. Ever since that day, I 100% believe in ghosts.
You believe in ghosts just because the TV turned off and on?
Yeah.
And that's your only justification to believe in ghosts?
Yeah. I got no explanation for that.
It doesn't... So you would... Okay. So you have one episode with the TV. No, listen, I get it.
This isn't a video I've seen of some dude in a rented gorilla outfit running across a field and some drone just happened to be in the air and caught it.
Yeah, you don't make sense, but I'll let it slide. I'll let you slide on that one, but Actually, I won't. That's no, it doesn't make any sense. There could have been something serious. How old was the TV? Was it a newer TV, or is it, you talking like 10 years ago when tube TVs were awesome?
I would say about 5-6 years ago. It was a
flat screen.
It wasn't tube TV.
So you're saying it was like The Ring, right? Like she's coming out of the TV or something, and you're afraid for that, or like poltergeist type stuff?
If it was The Ring, I would not be here talking right now.
You'd be dead.
I would be. And some freaky little stuck in a stance and all black and dead.
Not me and my wife have been to. We went and did a ghost hunt thing at Trans-Allegheny Insane Asylum way back in the day, like right when we were getting together before we were married, and a lot of things happened there, man. Like that was creepy, dude. That was creepy for sure. And we lived at we lived in a farmhouse that was built in 1890, and there was quite a few things that happened on that property too. So I have a lot more real life things that happen with that compared to your one TV incident. So I'm allowed to say that that's true, and also believe in Bigfoot.
So what do you believe in, ghosts or Bigfoot?
Both. Why not?
Get out of here.
There are still things that we haven't even found yet, animal-wise. And we're still finding stuff to this day all over the place that we had no idea existed.
Let me guess, you also think the world is flat.
Now, that's just a stupid thing to say. Kyrie Irving, you're an idiot. FYI. But no, I ghost things. I mean, at that Trans-Allegheny thing, there was this part where we were sitting there, and we were up like around the 3rd floor-ish or something like that, and they told us not to call the chef by his first name. And they had like a flashlight on the counter right there. And the flashlight was to the point where, if you ever watch these ghost shows, if you tell it to like communicate with you or whatnot, it'll like find a way to touch the flashlight so the light will actually shine. It's one of those touch flashlights, right? Not the button ones. And so I was sitting there and I was being a smart ass, and I was calling him by his first name, basically calling him, hey, you're a bitch, like pissing him off and stuff. And then next thing you know, like that thing turns on, we're like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I kept doing it, and I was like, all right, like, calm down, dude, like, I'm sorry, all that stuff. And the next thing you know, that flashlight gets chucked, like 2 feet over. And that's when I emphatically apologized, like, I'm sorry, chef. I'll never call you John again. I'm sorry. So I was freaking out a little bit. I didn't want him to come home and follow me home, you know what I mean? I'd rather him stay where he was and be a dick there, not at my house. So I had to apologize. And then when we were leaving, you were allowed to take like pictures and stuff too, so my wife started taking pictures of just all the rooms as we were done. And then when we got back, there was actually a picture of a window in one of these rooms, and you could make out there's a boy in the window of just like the outline of the boy. You can make out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and the head, and all that stuff. So yeah, that stuff definitely real, and she has a lot more experience with that stuff. She's got kind of like this, I don't know, they're attracted, I guess, but there's a lot of stuff that's happened to us at the old farmhouse. So I believe that stuff, but if I believe that stuff too, I can't say that Bigfoot doesn't exist somewhere. He's just chilling, man. He's being quiet, man.
You said old farmhouse. I've been there a few times. That old farmhouse is straight out of a horror movie. I don't know how you spent one night in that place, because the first time I saw it, that's the first thing that popped in my head was, this is the set for this next motion picture. I don't know how you guys made it alive out of there.
They calm down after a while. After you're there for a while, they know you're good people. They chilled out. There was no one bad there. I remember the first couple nights we were there, though, no joke. Like we ended up leaving and going to a hotel, thinking that it was haunted, but it was the door. And
then you got this creepy ass boarded up old house right beside 100 yards, not even 100 yards,
not
40
even
yards from the house.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
I would say that house really wasn't. I would say the barn was, and our house was. And that first week too, like my wife would wake up and she'd be like, "Do you hear that?" I'd just be like, "I don't hear nothing." And then she's like, "You don't hear people laughing right now and playing music?" And I'd be like, "I don't hear nothing." So like she had a sensitivity to it more so than I did. And there was a couple situations where I couldn't explain what was happening. And I was just like trying to, avoid it and just act like it didn't happen. But there were definitely, when we were cleaning out that house, because we moved, and it was just myself there. And, well, her dad was outside or something like that, and I was cleaning up the house. I got a weird feeling, just like a super weird feeling that came over me. And I remember the corner of my eye, I heard footsteps, and I saw the shadow, and I was like, oh, Bill's coming down the steps. So I was like, yeah, I'm still down here, letting him know. And then come to realize that, and I saw the shadow go back up. So I was like, what the hell? So I went up there and realized quickly that wasn't Bill. He's still outside, way out there, and I was like, oh, shit. And so I was like, I'm out for a little bit. I'm going to take a little breather, because that's not normal. To the point where I felt like that was an actual human being because of the footstep sounds, the shadows, and it just being myself was, that's pretty creepy.
They were checking in to see if you needed any help.
They could have, man. I hate it. I hate moving. That's one of the worst. You got a lot of
That's
shit to
free
move.
labor right there, though.
I'd take it. I'm telling you. I hate moving. But they bounced. They didn't stay around. They left right away. How much shit you got to take with you?
You're saying it was Casper with you.
I feel like
wasn't one of the...
I feel like there may have been something there originally that was kind of like a dick, and then I don't know. Maybe he just got tired of us not paying attention to him, and he bounced or whatever, and then it was all good after that. I mean, there was one time where her stepsister had her wedding reception at our barn, and it was all fixed up and everything, and there was a person. So the way it is, you have the hay where you keep the hay, so there's a room in there, and on top of it you'd have to climb a ladder to get on top of it, and then you still have to be 10 feet tall to get to the window. And these windows have slits in it, like wood slits. And anyways, this person was taking pictures of everything, and then talked to my wife and said, who's that person in that window? What were they doing? And so we looked at the picture, and we were like, that is definitely a shadow, and that's on top of where that hay, where you would keep the hay, and that person would have to be 10 feet tall. So yeah, that wasn't a person. So that was kind of weird. And I've been in there before, and I've been hunting and stuff, and I lasted 7 minutes, and I was like, nope, I heard that shit, I'm out. I'm done. I ain't messing with that barn, man. So, but no, I mean, her parents live there now, actually. So they're living there now. They're actually turning the barn into their house. That'll be interesting. I wonder what they'll hear.
Some fixer-upper shit right there.
That's some crazy fixer-upper shit, man. Turning an 1890s barn that literally has no metal fasteners, that is all wood pegged, and slate roof. They're gonna put a new roof on it and stuff, but they're not gonna hang drywall on the ceiling because they want you to see the beams and stuff. It'll be super pretty when it's all done, but damn, it's gonna take them a long time to do that. But anyways.
Well, at least like we said, we got that extra layer.
Yeah.
Free labor to help them out. To see beams getting carried across the floor. Drywall just floating.
Or maybe they'll start floating, and then they should probably leave if that happens.
They should get in the car immediately.
Yeah, and
drive
not come back.
as far away as possible.
And just don't come back. But so, have you been watching? Well, I haven't been watching all of it, but I've been watching bits and pieces, and I've been definitely catching up on highlights. And legitimately, I feel like I am watching the best basketball player. I watched Michael Jordan for most of it, right? I mean, I'm older than you, so I got to see Michael Jordan play a lot, and he was phenomenal. And I'm not too sure. I'd have to go back and forth. I'm trying to convince myself one way or the other. But LeBron James, dude, I don't know. I really feel like he's on a whole new level right now, dude. I mean, just legitimately, not just scoring the ball. Everything he does, just a whole new level to the point where he's making everybody better. And I don't know, I think we may be witnessing history right now in front of us. If he can get past, well, I feel like Boston's going to win this one because they're up 3-1. But they can get past Boston and get into the finals and win. I don't think anybody cannot say that we're not witnessing it and that we just witnessed the best basketball player ever.
It's one of those things when you hear about a player, no matter what the sport, carrying a team in a city on his back. I don't think there's a better explanation of that than what LeBron's doing, especially this year. He's got decent kids around him, but when it all boils down, it's all on his back to carry his team. And the first round was a little longer than they kind of anticipated and wanted. But it was also one of those things where it was a team. Sometimes you just get a team that matches up good against you. That's what they were. It was a team that just matched up good against the Cavs. And this series with Toronto, kind of really saw LeBron just take over. He put the city and the team on his back and said, "I'm not going 7 games. I'm not losing the series. I'm not ready to be done with the 2018 season. Let's go." To me personally, I said I'm a little younger, so the memories of Jordan are few and far between. Most of what I've seen is just highlights of him playing. But obviously, I was there for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And I know you hear a lot of people saying Kobe was the best that ever shot. I would say maybe he's a better shooter, but as far as an all-around player, when it's a tie game, there's 5 seconds left, I'd rather have LeBron that ball and he can hit the shot or he can just drive to the basket. And chances are, if nothing else, he's going to get fouled when he shoots that shot and win it from the free throw. I think this is one I kind of agree with you, but I would wholeheartedly say we are currently watching the best player that has ever played this game, and he's kind of at the towards the back nine of his prime. He's still got a few years, but I think he kind of knows that as well. As he wants to get championships, and I wholeheartedly believe he wants to get those championships in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see him, how hard he's trying to bring these championships back, and it's fun to watch. I haven't watched a ton of Cavaliers basketball. I watch a little more of it, but the highlights I've seen and what I have caught, it's fun to watch him. He's on a completely different than anybody else he's playing against.
I agree, man. Like, he's just on a whole new level right now. Like, if you watch some of the shots he's taken, I mean, and everybody that's watched him, even all those NBA players that are watching him too, and they're commenting, it's just there's nothing you can do when he's taking those fadeaway, step back shots, and he's draining them, and he's doing that with 3-pointers too. I mean, like, you just say kudos, man. You're doing real good, and you're knocking it out. Now, I know you made a comment about Kobe and who you would rather have the ball, down the clutch. I would say 10 years ago, there's no way you're mentioning LeBron. Not. Maybe even 8 years ago you're not, because he's passing the ball. And I specifically remember it was an all-star game, and Kobe was on LeBron, and it was coming down to a last-second shot in this all-star game, or a last second shot for a half or a quarter, or I don't remember if it was the game winner or whatever. But it came down, and LeBron had the ball. He absolutely had the ball, and Kobe was on him, and he drove, and then he dished it, and right away Kobe was in LeBron's face and telling him to shoot that mother ball, and don't you pass that, And I remember him just getting fired up, like Kobe just pushing LeBron, and I think that's what it is. I mean, you have somebody mentor you, and I think Kobe was that to LeBron on top of Michael Jordan and all these others, but now there's no one else I would rather have it right now. Right now, it's LeBron, because he's going to find a way. Like you said, he's either going to take the shot, he'll find the open person, or he's taking it to the hole. And if he takes it to the hole, he's either making it or getting fouled, because he's too strong. I mean, it's just one way or the other, he has an opportunity to win the game if he drives it.
I think that's a mental thing with LeBron. You think about that was pre-Miami days.
Yeah, that's what it was when he first was
the last couple of years. He was with the Cavs before he left. His big thing was it was almost like he was making excuses. He didn't have the right players around him.
Right.
They were 100% counting on him to just go out and win every single game. So he was testing his teammates. He knew he could probably go win the game, but he wanted to make a point to show you guys don't have the players around me that I need. So when it comes down to that last shot, I'm going to grab the ball, I'll make a move, and I'm going to someone else to hit the shot.
Right.
I think now he's later in his career, he doesn't have the time to just wait around and hope they're going to put a good team on him, which I think they have a better team around him than they did the first time he was in Cleveland. But I think it's a mental thing. It's just you know what? I don't care what players you have around me. I'm LeBron James. I'm the best player that's ever played this game. Give me the ball, and I'm going to go win this damn game. There is no more excuse.
That's what he said after the game. They interviewed him, and he said, "That's my job, to win that game and take that shot." And that's just, like you said, it's a mental change. It's the way he's feeling about who he is as an NBA player and his athleticism and everything. So I agree, man. I think we're witnessing something great, and hopefully the Sixers can win like one more game and give them a little bit of a breather. And if I think that is, and I think if LeBron can get some rest in, I mean, there's no reason why they're not going to the finals and making a run. So I agree, man. I think we're witnessing something pretty special right now.
So, I will say, what a nice with it looks like they're going to play Boston next series.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see
Kyrie.
Boston have their full complement weapon. So they're missing a couple pieces.
Yeah.
But most importantly, Kyrie Irving. I would love to see in an Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron versus Kyrie. Just left last year. He wanted to be the star, have his big opportunity on one of the biggest stages. It would have been nice to see. I don't think without Kyrie that they may win a game, maybe two, but I don't think they really stand a chance against enough Cavs. But it would have been nice to see that matchup for 6-7 games.
Yeah.
See who comes up top. See if Kyrie made the right decision or if he's going to be regretting that for the next few years.
Hopefully regretting, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Nope. I'm with you, man. So what else you got? Anything? You good?
I think the only other thing is Ohio State had a big move today. They got their big quarterback competition going on right now of who's going to come out on top. And Joe Burrow apparently was given the message sometime in the last few days that he was going to be designated the backup once again in his career. And it's looking like Dwayne Haskins is going to be that QB1 to start the year. Burrow said that thank you, but no thank you. He's transferring. He's going somewhere else. And as an Ohio State fan, I can't do anything but wish him the best. I think last year he started as the backup, and he broke his hand or his wrist or
something happened. Yeah.
And Haskins got thrown into that backup role. And when he came in, it kind of looked like a emergence of Cardale Jones. Like he never left. And I think had this kind of leg up on where Cardale was when he came in. So it's kind of a tough situation for Burrow where Haskins had the clear advantage coming into this year, and I think it's one of those where no matter what Burrow did, Haskins was going to have to make some mistakes in practices and spring game for him to even have a chance to overtake that job. Apparently, so wish the best to Burrow. It was kind of sucked he wasn't able to make a Ohio State work for him. He's still got, I believe, 2 years left of NCAA eligibility. So as long as he doesn't go somewhere else in the Big Ten, especially that team up north, wish him the best, and hopefully he can make his dreams come true and move on to that next level. He's a good quarterback. Just in the right time for Ohio State and just the right opportunity.
So Haskins is the dude, right? He's the dude now?
That's what it's looking like. I think it looks like Haskins is going to be QB1, and Martell will be sitting there waiting. Ohio State, more than any other team, has proved that quarterback 2 needs to be ready to go. You never know when you're going to be called on. So.
Yep. Haskins, you're the dude, so this goes out to you, buddy.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That was for him. That was a little soundbite for Haskins. But, no, man, I think it was a good episode. I think we had fun. Bigfoot's real. What else? All kinds of good stuff, dude. So, yeah. So, we appreciate you. Go check out the Instagram. Check out all our social media, Twitter. Dude, you got to figure out Twitch for me. You need to really figure that out. You're letting me down on Twitch.
We need to figure out how to co-stream on this thing.
All right. Well,
I've done a couple little test streams, and it gets when I'm just talking to myself there, it gets a little stagnant pretty quick. So we got to figure out a way to have both of us on there. Maybe we'll do one of these episodes while playing some game on there.
All right. We'll figure that out. So, anyways, go to Instagram, go to Twitter, go to Spreaker, go to freaking everywhere. We're all over the place. iHeartRadio. So go check us out. Go to www.brodashshop.com and check out that merch. If you need anything, just hit us up.
Did you just say www.
www.
That wasn't I yelled at for saying www. First time I said the Real Dad Bro Shop talk.
What are you talking about? What did I say?
www. Real Dad Bro Talk.
I did, didn't I?
Who says www anymore?
That's true. I did make fun of you for that.
Just making a quick point.
So I made fun of you. So you're allowed to call me out then. All right, you're allowed. If I said that, which I remember making fun of you because you sound like a doucher by doing that. So yes. Go to Instagram, go to Twitter, go to brodadshop.com, check out the merch. Check us out on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, all over the place. Until then, guys.
Join us next week for another epic episode of RDBT. Keep track of what we're doing on all social media at Real Dad Bro Talk. Till next time.
Listening to my old songs back when I would talk about things that hadn't happened yet, but now I get to talk about. Just got back from South Beach, Collins Ave Shore Club. Always celebrating what I want to see.